I'm a party gay now.
Haven't you always been a party gay?
No. Yes.
I feel like for all the years I've known you,
I've always been a party
you've
gay.
always been a party gay. And you always know all the good places to party, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I've left that life behind me.
No, but not in Jakarta anymore. I don't party that much here.
Are you mostly like in Bali and Bangkok?
Yeah, Bali and Bangkok. Jakarta's just boring. Like, the party scene here is very cliquey. Like, if you don't know certain people, like, it's not fun. It's very exclusive. I don't like it.
As opposed to Bali and Bangkok, was it
Yes,
like I've never partied in Bali, I've never partied Bangkok, so I have
you can
zero
literally
idea.
just go to any club or like a bar in Bali and by yourself, and then you would have a great night. You cannot do it here.
I do get the impression that a lot of people, I don't know about Bangkok, but in Bali, I do get the impression that a lot of people, like, you can literally just walk up to them and like immediately you're friends.
Yes.
And like they'll go drinking with you and everything. Like I have my friend Michelle. Shout out to Michelle if you're watching this. I have a feeling you will. But my friend Michelle, she would go to Bali, and it's like these random ass fucking people that she just met at the bar, and then suddenly they're like on her close friend story or some shit.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens. That's so nice. I really should go out more. Also, guys, Peter's in the back today.
Yep.
We're at this nightclub. If y'all told me last year that I would be filming podcasts in a fucking nightclub, like I would have laughed at you, but here we are. It's nice.
Glitz.
Hi, gay.
Anywho, today we're talking about how's the sex life? How's the sex life going? No, actually, hold on. I want to finish my train of thought just now. So, you would be so surprised because back in college, if y'all saw Indah G before she was Indah G, like back in college, and like the fucking degenerate I was, like y'all wouldn't even recognize me. I used to be a fucking fiend, and like the nightlife used to be like my thing. And then I think all of that stopped by the time I hit, I want to say like 1 year after graduating college, and then suddenly it's like,
Did you move back to Indonesia? Oh.
yeah. So, like, I'm class of 2020. I got my degree in 2020, but then I, like, officially moved back in end of 2021. And so, probably, yeah, so that happened. And then I was like, oh, shit, I'm in the real world now. I got to make money. I got to focus on my career. So I don't have no time to party. But also because a lot of my friends are not here, to be honest. I guess that's
Your
what...
high school friends are here.
High school friends are not here.
Oh, right. My
Yeah.
high school friends are also not here.
Yeah. Exactly. And, I stopped drinking, like, back in end of 20... I want to say, like, I fully stopped consuming alcohol, like, by the time, like, mid-2022 rolled around. But I made the decision to cut alcohol out of my life, like, end of 2021. And I gotta say, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. But then again, I understand some people, like, if you're like Maghira, you probably need...
I'm not an alcoholic. I just love alcohol.
Yeah. But, oh yeah, that's true. Every time I think about, like, the old version of Indah and how she used to be an omega fucking whore. And now I can't even, like, I'm gonna be so honest. And obviously
You were
this
a
is...
whore?
Oh my God, an omega whore. Like, literally sleep with anybody.
Really?
Oh my God, no. You want to talk about being a hoe? I was neck deep in my whole phase back in college. Like, you have no idea. It was so bad. I was in the fucking student health center on my campus getting tested like every week because that's how often like I did it. Like, not even. And I'm
At
not
least
saying
you were
that.
concerned.
Yeah, no. And at least I got tested.
Yeah.
Right. Unlike most people. Like, let's be real.
They don't.
Yeah. Exactly. And so.
So your whole face has passed?
Definitely passed. No, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. How's your sex life going?
It's been eventful. What do you want to know?
I guess, no, yeah, what do I... It's not that I want to know. It's just more so, like, I guess it's crazy because for me, and, like, I've talked briefly about this in, like, past episodes, that ever since I got diagnosed with PCOS and then I went on birth control, and then ever since I went on birth control, it completely killed my sex drive.
Completely?
Yeah, completely.
Did it does affect you in any way?
bitch, okay, I'm sorry if this is too TMI. Even though, okay, I think you know what you're signing up for in this episode anyway. I can't remember the last time I masturbated. No, I really can't.
Do you remember the last time you had sex?
A year, more than a year ago.
No fucking way.
Yeah. So last year, the entirety of 2023, I remember I only slept with, I think, 2 people. Like with these 2 guys, and like one of them is like he's my booty call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been sleeping with him for like years. And like he like come to visit me from Singapore every now and then, and then like we'd fuck. But I think he was the last guy I slept with. No, it wasn't. Oh my god, no, I remember the reason why I stopped, because I got so fed up because last year I slept with this one guy that I met on, I think, Tinder or Bumble, I can't remember, and then he gave me fucking yeast infection. I was so mad. I started, bitch, I was a fucking angsa merah. I was getting tested and I was like texting him.
I always get tested there, angsa merah.
Oh yeah, no, I think all of us go to angsa merah at this point.
The one in
Fatmawati.
Fatmawati, right?
Yeah, that's also the one that I go. Oh my god, twin. So I was at Angsa Merah getting tested, and they told me I had a yeast infection, and then I texted him, and I was like, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed because he literally, I asked him, like, when was the last time you got tested? Have you gotten tested? He told me yes, and then when was the last time you slept with somebody? And he said, like, over a year ago or some shit like that, only to find out that it's a fucking lie. And he's been living with a yeast infection for over a year, and he didn't even know. And then he's been passing it on to...
you can live with it for more than a year?
So apparently the thing with men is that, for people with penises, is that...
Undetectable?
You don't really... It doesn't affect you, like you don't feel the symptoms. And so he was living with the yeast infection for like an entire year, and he didn't even know. And he's just been passing it on to like a bunch of women that he's been fucking. I was so pissed.
No wonder.
And then months later, he had the audacity to text me, and he was like, "Hey."
Booty call?
I'm like, no. I don't even feel sorry about leaving him on red. I'm like, no, you gave me a fucking yeast infection. Like, no.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
So your last
dick.
Your last dick was like a year
last
ago.
year.
Last year you had sex with 2 guys last year.
2 guys. The last one gave me a yeast infection, and then after that, I was just so done with men.
I'm not done with men.
I'm mostly done.
Sorry.
Mostly, I'm done. It's not men that I'm done with. It's men that just either people in general that blatantly lie about getting tested, and also people that refuse to get tested.
Mm-hmm.
I have a huge fucking qualm with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but is that like a problem, when it comes to LGBT dating?
What? People refusing to get tested?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Mm. But also the thing with in the gay community, I think there's this one thing called PrEP.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a medication, it's a drug that you take so that you cannot catch HIV, basically.
Is it a pill?
It's a pill. So it's like a preventive measure so that you don't catch the virus. Even if you have sex with someone who is HIV positive, you're exposed to the virus, you will not be able to catch it.
Okay.
But so a lot of people who are on PrEP, they think they're just like fucking immune. And for the longest time, I thought I was immune as well. But like, yes, you're kind of immune to one virus, but HIV is not the only STD out there. There's like gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, and all that shit. And you're not gonna be immune to it.
Yeah,
because like gays are only afraid of HIV. They're not afraid of like other
right.
STDs.
Right. Yeah.
Which is like so bad.
So
a lot of people actually refuse to like get tested, and I met a lot of people who lie about getting tested.
Yeah.
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 But, yeah. So it's also evident with gays.
But I just don't understand the logic of, like, you already have to go to I'm assuming a clinic to get the pills for the PrEP pills, right?
Yes.
They're called PrEP pills?
PrEP pills.
Yeah. So you have to go to a clinic to get the PrEP pills anyway. Why don't you, like, while you're already at the clinic, might as well just get tested?
So actually, if you want to get the pill, you need to get tested first.
Okay.
But a lot of people actually don't want to get tested, so like they just tip the pills from Bangkok, for instance, or like, yeah, crazy, right?
That's dangerous.
So
no, that's really dangerous. Like, what about?
You're supposed to get tested, and you take the pill, and that pill will be prescribed to you for 3 months, and then if you want to get the pills again, you need to get tested again. But a lot of these gays don't really want to get tested, so they just would rather go to Bangkok and buy the pills of like some shady ass like pharmacy and then bring it back to Indonesia.
Girl, don't do that.
Just get tested. Like, what's wrong with getting tested?
I feel like that's so dangerous, like, because I'm gonna assume that you need a proper dosage for you. And not just pukul nembak aja gitu.
Actually, you just have to take one pill every day. So everyone gets the same dosage, I think.
Okay, but still, it's, I guess, the unsuper, like the lack of supervision surrounding taking medication, like that just rubs me the wrong way. Are you seeing anyone?
Are you dating anyone?
I am not. Bitch, I'm so single. And I'm so celibate. I can't believe it's been over a year since I've had any action. It's actually kind of embarrassing to admit. And it's not even because, obviously it's not even because I can't get anybody. It's just more so like I have no sex drive. I think it's because of my meds.
Because of your meds?
Because when you, my goodness, like, yeah, if you knew me like before I went on birth control, like I was borderline, I'm not even joking, like I was borderline a sex addict. But
I wouldn't want to meet that Indah.
Oh my god, that Indah was something else. That was really something else. But and then I went on birth control. Like now, I don't feel like. Yeah, I don't even remember the last time I masturbated.
Do you think it's the birth control or like age?
It's definitely the birth control.
Oh really?
Bitch, we're only 27. What do you mean age?
No. I think I was more horny when I was 23.
Oh yeah, no, of course, because your hormones are like.
Yeah, compared to like now.
Oh yeah, no, of course. But I think it's also like you kind of sober up as you age because like the realities of the world kind of like start dawning upon you. Like holy shit, I gotta pay my own bills. The fuck you mean? And like sometimes I wanna be in the mood. Like I wanna masturbate or like I wanna like get down with somebody. And then the looming thought of like my phone bills that I can barely fucking afford coming up at the end of this month. And then suddenly I'm not horny anymore. Maybe it's a combination, Kate.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a combination of that, but yeah, I think it's mostly for me, like the meds. But to be honest, like, I don't. At the same time, I don't regret it. Like, I was on the phone with my friend the other day, and I was telling him all about that and how. I mean, to be honest, it's not even at my own detriment because also, to be honest, like with my sex drive out of the way and more in control, I'm able to focus on my career.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, clearly, I'm like getting somewhere. And like achieving things and
proud of
like,
you, Indah.
I've come a long way since that one episode that we did so many years ago.
Years ago, oh my god, when was that? 2022?
I think 2022.
Yeah, we've grown so much from that.
Yeah.
I hope we did.
Yeah, ended up on a OE research paper as well.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So funny, but no, but yeah, at the same time, I'm not really complaining. But sometimes, like, there's that monkey part of my brain where I'm kind of like, I kind of want to have sex for fun, but I kind of can't.
If you want, you should.
Well, no, it's that, I mean, I kind of want to, but then I want to do it with somebody that I actually like, and, like, not somebody who's just, like
available.
Yeah, like, available, and, like, also the sex isn't even really that good.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
if only I could delete all of the experiences that I had with people that I had sex with, that is just there because they were available.
Same. That's like the majority of the people I slept with in college.
Honestly, like 80%, 80%.
Yeah.
I kind of regret it.
Oh, do I regret it? You regret yours.
Okay. Not regret it, but I think I could have done better.
Same. I don't fully like.
If only like I was more patient about finding the right person to hook up with, like, more strategic with it. I think I would have nailed better people.
Like better options. More worth your time.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ugh.
There were some people that actually, like, looking back, like as I was preparing for this episode and I'm like looking back, I'm like in the car, like looking out the window, I'm just like reflecting on like all the men that I've ever slept with, and like there were a couple that came to mind that I was just kind of like,
why?
Well, why? Was I that down bad?
Were you that desperate?
Was I that desperate? And the answer is yes, I really was. No, I really, really was. I have no excuse. I was. Okay, I guess like we can start here.
Okay.
Like, where do you stand on modern hookup culture as a whole? Drop your opinions. I want to hear them.
The thing is, I'm a very sex positive kind of person.
Yeah.
Like I don't judge like how hypersexual one person can be, whether they're asexual or whether they're like hypersexual, or I don't judge other people's kinks. So like I'm very open to that. But I do understand if you're in Indonesia, there are a lot of things that come in play, like religion, tradition, and the culture here. Basically, it kind of like holds people back from being too expressive about their sexuality. I think. I think that's why a lot of people are more careful here when it comes to hookup culture versus, I think, the U.S. or other countries. But if you ask me and people around me, we're actually very open to like hookup culture in here.
Do you feel like, in terms of, I think people still have this image of countries like Indonesia or like Asian countries, misalnya, non-Western countries, like people kind of still have this image of the West being like this more sex-positive environment where people are more engaging in like premarital sexual activities with one another, and that the eastern part of the world, like Asia, for example, like we kind of like don't do that. But yeah, I mean, obviously behind closed doors, like we all know that we're such fucking whores.
That's the thing. Like I wasn't supposed to go to UI actually. UI was my second choice. So I thought I was going abroad for university. It was very last minute.
Yeah.
So I was very worried about the people that I will meet in like a national university. I thought they would be more conventional. They would be just like a bunch of nerds. But then when I came there, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Like everyone there, they were quite adventurous.
Yeah.
Even sexually.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite adventurous. I thought, Indonesians would be more, I guess, close to the idea of like hookup culture, but they're not.
Yeah. No, I guess that's what a lot of, even my friends, so people like me that are more internationally raised, and then like we come back here, or like even just expats, like foreigners, they come to Indonesia, and I think that's something that kind of throws us like off guard. That's something that catches us off guard, because we kind of still have that assumption that like, Indonesian society is still super like conservative, and people still adhere to all of these like traditional like family values, when in reality, like I'm gonna be so fucking for real, a lot, especially zaman sekarang ya, like most of these kids just don't, which is totally fine. But I think that's something that is hard to convey across to our elders still. But I mean, yeah, that's just a generational thing, to be honest.
It's a generation. I think also like, I don't know about other cities in Indonesia, but I cannot speak on behalf of like, I don't know, people in Surabaya or in Medan, but I think Jakarta is very open to hookup culture. But I don't think it's evident in other cities though.
I feel like there is, like, if there were to be a study on this, which there probably is, but there is somewhat of a correlation between big cities where it's kind of like that transient sort of international hub, and like it's more internationally exposed as well, like access to international media. I think there's somewhat of a correlation between you being like in a capital city, like the capital city, or like at least a big city, especially the business district, and hookup culture as well. Because obviously, like, the more rural you go, it's probably less common. It's also because it's more dangerous for you if you were to get caught in like the rural areas, versus like if you're in a big city, nobody really cares like what the fuck you're doing in your bedroom, So yeah.
Because like in here, if you are caught for, do you know kumpul kebo? I don't actually know what that word means.
What is
actually,
kumpul
I don't know.
kebo?
What is kumpul kebo?
Peter, what is kumpul kebo? Kebo or kebo? Kebo.
Buffalo.
So buffaloes.
Buffalo gathering.
Ya, itu orang living together lah before you marry.
That's why I keep getting those comments on my videos.
Kumpul kebo.
Yeah, it's technically living together before you get married.
Yeah, and people still have like a very negative association with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my one of my friends, he got kicked out of his kosan in Malang or something. He went to a university there.
Yeah.
Because he's living together with his girlfriend. Yeah, they got kicked out. Like just one night, everything was thrown out of his kosan.
That's intense.
Just because they live together, and it's like, like Indonesians really care about other people's like business.
Yeah. Yeah, urusan selangkang lah.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Indonesia.
Yeah. But do you think, like, why? I mean, obvious. Like, state the obvious. Like, obviously, like, hookup culture is a thing that even like, in like a country as conservative as Indonesia, like, people are participating in. Like, why do you think it has become such a big thing? Like, you know, you get on all these podcasts, you get on these like Western podcasts, or even just like social media in general. Like, you hear people talking about like, oh, like, you know, the death of traditional family values, as if traditional family values has ever even like been a thing, to be honest. But like, you know, people talk about, oh yeah, like the proliferation of hookup culture and like how everybody's like the death of family values. Everybody's having sex outside of marriage. Everybody has like a high body count, and like obviously, and I don't deny that, because actually, if you consult the research, like it's actually true. But it's just, I want to get your opinion on like, why do you think it's become such a big thing these days?
I think one is accessibility, both to the information about like hookup culture and also like sexual education.
Yeah.
I think because it's more readily available now, people are more aware of, you know, you can actually have sex without facing the repercussions.
Yeah.
You can have safe sex, you can have sex without getting, you know, unwanted pregnancies and all that. Because they have the information now, they have the knowledge. I think they have the courage to casually hook up with other people.
Yeah.
That is one. And I think secondly is also like the rise of dating apps.
Yeah.
Like, once Tinder, Bumble is like very prominent in Jakarta, I think everyone is hooking up. Like, people's body counts just like went up the roof, because it's very easy for you to find a hookup. Like, it's, if you're horny, you just open your app, you just open your phone, you open Tinder for like 15-30 minutes, like you can get someone to hook up with.
Oh yeah.
It's that fucking easy.
Right.
So I think those two things, yeah.
Are you on Grindr?
Uh,
Is Grindr a thing here?
Grindr is a thing here, but you need to use VPN.
I see. Okay.
The thing is, I'm not saying that like people know me, but because some Indonesians.
No, people do.
Yeah, people know me.
No, people do.
Yeah.
I run into the same problem on dating apps as well.
Yeah.
And so like I would match with a guy, or like, you know how there's the feature on apa sih namanya? What's the white one? Hinge.
I'm
Yeah.
not on Hinge.
There's a feature on Hinge where you can leave comments, and like before you swipe right or swipe left, like they can leave you like a compliment, for example.
Okay.
It's basically like little commentaries on your photos, or like whatever like post you put up on your profile, and I would get messages like comments or comments like, oh, I've seen you on YouTube. Immediately I'm like, nope. Or like when I match with somebody on Tinder or Bumble, like, and then the first thing that they say to me is, oh, you pop up on my For You page a lot. I'm immediately, I'm like, no.
Yeah, but because I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But I actually was not used to being like known. I was not a popular kid in like high school and college. So like, and I think my platform got a little bit big during the pandemic. So during that time, I was not aware of how many people actually know who I am just from my TikTok.
Yeah.
So like this one time it was during the late like period of the pandemic. Like I was trying to hook up with someone. I texted the person and he's my type. I went to his place.
Yeah.
And then he was flabbergasted when he saw me.
Oh my gosh.
Because he thought it was a fake account. But turns out it's actually me.
He thought it was a fake account, but he agreed to meet up with you?
Because he was a fan.
Oh my god.
And he wanted to catch the person. Turns out it's actually me. And he's actually really, really my type. Like, great body, like good looking face.
Everything.
Check. We were talking and then he was so nervous. It was we couldn't make any conversation. So like I need to grab water and give it to him. Like during that time. And then I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of horny, so I want to still do this. So I kind of like teased him a bit. And then we were starting doing it, and then he said, I don't think I can do this. And then he said, I asked why, and then he said, because you're that guy on TikTok. Fuck that.
Oh my gosh! And prior to him saying that, you didn't know that he knew you on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I didn't know yet.
Oh.
So I was like, I didn't know he was nervous. Like,
Because he's seen you on camera.
I didn't know, but it turns out it's because he's seen
you on the internet.
On TikTok. And, I was, and then he told me, if this doesn't work out, please don't put this as your content on TikTok. I guess I'm doing it here right now.
Well, it's not on your TikTok. it's on my podcast.
But like,
it's fine.
that was a long time ago. But it's kind of like it has happened 2 or 3 times in which people block me because they're saying you're using someone else's picture.
Oh, that's happening right now to what's his name? Zayn Malik. Malik.
He's on dating apps,
Yeah.
right? But
so they reported on how he's been trying to. I guess he broke up with Gigi Hadid. Aw. I thought they had a kid together. Well, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But they, I guess they split up, and so now he's on Tinder. Well, he tried to be on Tinder, but then he would keep getting reported, and he would keep getting blocked off of Tinder because people would be messaging him, and they'd be like, "Why are you using Zayn Malik's photos?" And it's like, no, that's actually Zayn Malik. Like,
yeah. Come on, but if you're Zayn Malik and you're on dating
Tinder,
app, that is.
Yeah.
That's kind of dumb.
I'm surprised he even went on a dating app, to be honest, because like a celebrity of his caliber is like, damn, okay, you really wanna like open them floodgates.
You're putting yourself out there, and like the whole world knows you.
Yeah,
That is wild to me.
Well, yeah, but then he made headlines because of that anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess
Maybe that's for publication.
Huh?
No.
Oh yeah, probably maybe it's like a PR stuff or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, and actually, like I wonder what's the. I wonder what would be like the gay man equivalent of our experience. Like I really speak for all of the straight girls watching this. Like our experience being on dating apps. The ocean's full of trash.
What do you mean?
These fishes are not it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like they talk about how it's a big ocean out there. Like there are plenty of fishes in the sea. Like the sea's polluted.
It's all freaking lele. There's no like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not even fucking dory fish.
No,
like
no,
not even the clownfish. It's fucking lele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I don't use dating apps in Indonesia anymore. The last time I used it was during the pandemic because I was fucking bored.
No, but is that like is that a similar experience where a lot of gay men feel like, oh my gosh, like all these men, like, and obviously you guys are in the market for like other gay men as well. Like, do you guys feel like, oh my gosh, all these men are like fucking trash and like they're gross and like you can tell that they don't exfoliate?
Well,
they're not attractive and like.
I feel like we kind of filter ourselves.
Yeah.
I think those who exfoliate, they are not gonna be on dating apps.
Yeah, all the good ones are never on dating apps.
No.
Yeah.
If they do, they're gonna be there for like 2 hours just to get a hookup, quick, done, and then get it over with. But you wouldn't want to find someone on dating app. I don't think there's any shark there. It's just a pond full of lele.
Yeah. Heavy on that.
Yeah, but back to Grindr.
Yeah.
Grindr is actually quite dangerous because there are a lot of scam on Grindr as well, and I think because it's not legal, you need to use VPN. I don't think you should really use Grindr here. Well, I mean, if you do, I don't.
I mean, if it's worked out for you, I guess.
If it works out for you, but yeah, there's a lot of scam. There are a lot of like catfishes.
I think as to why hookup culture has become such a big thing, like I do agree, and a lot of people have been talking about it, like the loneliness epidemic. I feel like that's part of it too, like whether people are conscious of it or maybe not so conscious of it. I feel like we are, as a generation, I think especially Gen Zs, we are kind of struggling with loneliness and like this inability to forge genuine romantic connections, and not even just romantic and by virtue of that sexual connections as well, but even just like platonic connections, like even making friends sometimes is like, to be honest, like even for me, like that's hard, you know.
Is it hard for you?
I'm gonna be honest, and like obviously like we're kind of maybe derailing off topic here a little bit, but I mean, yeah, to be honest, even for me, and I consider myself like a very extroverted person, and like obviously I get along with a lot of people. I get along with people, and like I'm very friendly, and like, you know, I'm amicable with people, but I think finding people that you have that genuine
connection.
Yeah, like that spark, you know what I mean? Like not a romantic one, but even just like that friendship type of a spark, you know? It's really hard to gauge these days. And what if it's hard with friends? What more with romantic and sexual partners, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think it's romantic partners, to be honest. I kind of have this theory. I don't know what you think of this. And I'm sorry for anybody like that maybe, oops, sorry. And I'm sorry for anybody that perhaps might get offended by this question. I don't know. But at this point, if you're offended, that's not my problem anymore. But I actually kind of have this hunch that deep down, secretly, a lot of people crave a genuine romantic relationship, like intimacy. I think secretly a lot of people are craving genuine romantic intimacy, but for whatever reason, it's really difficult to find that these days, and so it's because of that people turn to sex, because sex is, yeah, you could argue sex is a lot easier than
like
finding love.
sometimes I just want to cuddle with someone.
Yeah.
But then it's easier to actually fuck someone than to cuddle with someone.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me.
No, we are that generation where it's easier to take off your clothes and suck the other person's dick or like have sex with the other person before you actually like emotionally like open up and be vulnerable with the person.
Can I be honest? I don't know 60% of the people that I've hooked up with. I don't know their names.
You don't know their names? Like you!
I don't know their names. It's like when I go on dating apps and I'm really horny, right? And I just open the chat. I message someone that I like.
You don't even look at their names.
I don't. Especially on Grindr, there is no name. So it could be just like.
Oh, and it's also a thing on Grindr. Like people use fake names, right?
People use fake names. Yeah. So like I don't care about their names. You start the conversation not with a hi or a hello or like how are you. It's straight top or bottom. That's it.
Oh
and so
my
that's why
God.
after like 5 minutes chatting, you can just they will share a location and then you will just go there and you hook up and
you
get
know
it
what?
over with.
I will say this as a straight. I will say this. I appreciate the bluntness and the directness that the gays take, because with straight people, how we do it on Tinder and Bumble is that on Bumble, like women got a message first, and of course, like, well, I mean, you could always be like, hey, wanna fuck? Like, you could do that, but like. Typically, like, we don't do that. Like, with straight people, it's like, hey, and then you try to make small talk, even though it's like, boy, I know you're trying to fuck. Like, just get on with it. Like, I'm not here for you to know what's my favorite color and like, you know, what are my passions in life. Like, cut the bullshit. Like, I'm here to suck your dick. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's because like I don't want to put this on like women, but I think it's because it's two men. Like they're just very blunt, and they don't care about the other person's dignity.
Oh,
because like when you're a straight guy, you kind of care about like how the woman kind of feels somehow a little bit.
Like, don't come off too strong because like you run the risk of intimidation.
Yes.
I guess that's
intimidation.
Why.
So like I guess because it's like two men, you could fight each other like that. You're aggressive. So
sword
you're
fight
very
with a penis.
Sword fight. No. Yeah, but like it's very easy. It's very straightforward. So like that's the thing about I think gay hookup culture versus like straight hookup culture. Okay, specifically gay guys.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about lesbians.
Oh yeah, no, lesbians are out of this conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we
lesbians.
Will include you next time, but like
yeah.
just amongst like gay guys, it's so fucking easy.
Yeah.
Very straightforward.
And I guess, to be honest, like, that's why I know behind closed doors, like, y'all don't fucking lie to me, behind closed doors, a lot of straight people have this sort of perception of like gay men especially being like hyper sexually promiscuous. And I guess maybe that's why, even though, to be honest, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, in reality all of us, I think, regardless of sexual orientation, are just fucking sluts and whores. We're all hyper sexually promiscuous. We're very sexually promiscuous, but I think it's just because with gay men, perhaps, that you guys are a lot more blunt and like just more upfront about it. Or do you think it's actually the case that with gay men?
No, we have it easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because we have it easy, everyone is just very casual about hooking up. It makes us very promiscuous. But I think one thing, not everyone is actually hypersexual.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. There are a lot of it's you know, girls. I know a lot of girls who are very hypersexual, but I know gay men who are asexual as well. It's a second spectrum. I think I kind of fall in the middle, but it it doesn't really matter how hypersexual or asexual you are. I think when it comes to accessibility, that's what matters, because we have the easy of access towards like hookup.
Yeah.
That's why we are seen super hypersexual. But actually, no, everyone is just the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I would die on the hill that a loneliness epidemic is one of the reasons, and it's because of the struggle to forge genuine intimacy that people turn to sex. I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure that's a factor as well.
Yeah.
Do you think back in our parents' or grandparents' days, it was just as big of a thing?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've never talked to my
Well,
grandma about like sex.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I guess it depends too, like which part of the world. Like I guess here in Indonesia,
Oh yeah,
it's a very recent phenomenon, is it?
I think so. Like if we're talking about Indonesia, I think back then in our grandparents' like time, if you have sex outside of marriage, it's like a huge no. It's like a taboo.
But at the same time, a lot of people from the older generation, and this is especially common amongst immigrant populations like Chinese Indonesians, for example, from like the older generation, a lot of kids are born out of wedlock.
Oh really?
Yeah, but my mom told me, and so like my mom's also on the same boat. Even though like okay, my mom's a single mom, so she's actually had me out of wedlock. But she's also a child born out of wedlock, and it's because her parents. It's not that they did it outside of wedlock; it's that they just didn't get the certification for it, and so the access to the certification. So I was like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. But like you find that a lot with like the older generation, but it's just a documentation thing.
Yeah, it's a documentation.
But I guess in terms of like actual practice, like I guess people did take the sanctity of
like I'm saving it until marriage kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess in Indonesia it's more it's a more recent thing, but actually like when I did the research, at least like in the western part of the world, casual sex has been a cultural commonplace since like the 1960s. But then again, the 1960s is not that long ago either.
That's like
my mom was born 1961.
That was is that 80 years ago?
No,
it's
that's
not
like
80
60
years ago.
No, that's like 60
70 years ago.
Yeah, 60 70 years ago. I can't do the math, but my mom's born 1961 and she's 63.
Oh yeah, 60 years ago.
Yeah. So
it's not that long.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, maybe. But I mean obviously like these days it's a lot more common.
Yeah, it's very easy. Like I think everyone's body count just like increase like directly proportional to the to like year. Like now everyone's body count is just like high compared to like maybe 10-20 years ago. Like a lot of people above, like the generation above us, I think my cousins and my friends who are millennials, their body count is not that high actually. I talk to a lot of them. Because it's harder to hook up back then. Like you need to actually meet someone organically to hook up. They didn't have dating apps like 10-20 years ago. So because we have easier access now, so like
do you feel like media has also played a part? Like in some sense, the media has glamorized
sex.
Yeah, promiscuity.
But it has always glamorized sex, even since the 1920s.
Then what do you think has changed, and why is it like on crack? Do you think the media glamorizes sexual promiscuity and sexual recklessness more now, or has it stayed the same throughout, you think?
I think they're more open now. They're more I guess explicit with it now compared to like,
because you watch like fucking HBO movies and it's straight up porn.
Wait, HBO movies from
like no, sorry, not movies, sorry, I'm stupid. TV shows. You watch like HBO TV shows. I'm talking like Euphoria, House of the Dragon.
I love Liv.
Right?
Yeah.
June, you will not hear from me. You will not hear from me. I will be eyes glued to the screen. But okay, anyways, like you think of like HBO TV shows, for example, like Euphoria, House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones. Like what else is from HBO?
They glamorize sex and drugs, like
yeah.
And TV shows.
Because I remember when Euphoria came out, like it became a huge controversy because a lot of, not even just parents, like I understand you have a valid reason because like of course it's your kids consuming this content, but even people that were not parents but were watching Euphoria and they saw that there was a large young demographic that was tuning into Euphoria, and like a lot of people were genuinely worried about like the ramifications that it is going to have on kids, and like how, you know, kids are very impressionable, and they're kind of a lot of people made the argument that Euphoria was glamorizing sex and drugs, even though, I mean, that's an entire like different conversation. But I mean, yeah, it's like, I guess you're right, it is like more explicit these days.
No, I mean, back then it was packaged more elegantly, I guess. Like if you see Marilyn Monroe in the 1920s or 30s.
When was Marilyn Monroe itu zaman
Tahun
berapa sih?
berapa ya?
60-an ya? 1960s?
40, 50?
Probably like 1940s. Probably. But also because like back then, they had to be more coy. They had to be more, like they can't be so explicit and direct with the fact that it's sex. Like you kind of had to hint towards it. You had to be more discreet. Whereas like, I guess, yeah, these days it's like, you know, you see Matt Smith's butt cheeks on TV.
Yeah. It's more, but only like Western TV. Like if you see, have you watched Singles Inferno?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's like.
But that's Korean.
That's Korean, right?
Yeah.
Like most Asian countries.
What?
Marilyn Monroe, 1926 until
1920.
1962.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, around that era.
Okay, she died when my mom was born. Ah, okay, yeah. Dark times.
Where was I?
Singles Inferno.
Yeah, like even Korea, right?
Yeah.
An Asian country.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you watch that, they're not very explicit with the interaction between a man and a woman there, compared to like the dating show from the US or from Australia, like Love Island or something. They're very explicit.
What's that one Netflix show, or I can't remember if it's Netflix, but there was this one reality show where it's like you literally, your goal is to see how long you can stand not having sex with anybody from the show. What's that one show called? Is it Love Island? No, it's not. The one where it's like, just don't have sex with any of them, and then you win. You have to resist the urge to have sex with any of them because they're so fucking hot.
I've heard of it. I don't think it's Love Island. Yeah.
I don't think it's Love Island either, but yeah, I mean, just the fact that a show like that exists, where it's like the literal. I think about that a lot every time. I'm like, anjing, gue seharusnya ikut reality show ini aja, gue yang menang. If the goal is to just like resist having sex with any of them, at this point I could win.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. Yeah, no, you wouldn't, Les. No, you'd be surprised. Like, bro, like I don't have that hoe in me no more. I don't have that hoe in me no more. I wish I do. I really wish I do. I miss her. Really quickly, you guys, quick shout out to the two sponsors of today's episode. Yes, two sponsors, Vivo and Glitz Inclusive. Personally, I can't think of a better sponsorship pairing than condoms in a nightclub, which is where Maghira and I shot this episode. And I am so excited because I am finally getting paid to rave about an establishment that not only do I genuinely enjoy frequenting at, but whose business vision and mission genuinely resonates with my personal values. Because I'm not even kidding, it's almost as if the people at Glitz just knew that Indah G must be somewhere out there thinking to herself all these years, like, gosh, wouldn't it be great if there were a nightclub here in South Jakarta that's safe for men, women, and everybody in between, has drag shows, hires deaf and disabled folks, and serves a French-Asian fusion menu crafted by a cordon bleu Culinary Art Institute trained chef that isn't ridiculously expensive and doesn't burn a hole through my fucking wallet. And they went, say less, girl, you got it. Unfortunately, it's no surprise how nightclubs have a long history of excluding and discriminating against minorities and historically marginalized communities. They also have a bad reputation of being very dangerous for women. So Glitz is out here to challenge all of that by being the first ever social impact nightclub and restaurant in Jakarta, and I am here for it. It's about goddamn time we have something like this available in Jakarta, because my patience for establishments that normalize sexual harassment and the discrimination of queer and disabled folks is only about 0.03 millimeters thin. Just like these Vivo condoms. These are the thinnest latex condoms in the entire world, you guys. Even thinner than my patience for all you reckless, irresponsible, horny idiots out there that just are either too lazy or flat out refuse to wear protection before engaging in sexual intercourse because y'all want the fun of being able to have sex without respecting the responsibilities that come with it. It's designed to provide superior protection against STDs and unwanted pregnancies while still allowing you to experience a realistic skin-to-skin sensation that enhances intimacy, making it feel as if you're not wearing a condom at all to begin with. Or at least that's what all my friends say who I've gifted these condoms to, because clearly, as previously established, I haven't felt the warm, gentle touch of a man in over a year, which is probably why I'm always bitter and angry. But anyways, I also love the fact that these are jasmine scented, because latex isn't the only thing that smells bad. Sometimes your penis does too. And sometimes it's not your fault, but other times it is. Because y'all men are nasty. And y'all forget to soap and lather your mole rats in the shower. So I'm just saying, probably good to keep one of these on deck just for the days when your penis odor is so bad that it ruins the mood between you and your boo. Links to buy these Vivo 0.03 condoms, as well as links for more information on Glitz Inclusive, all down in the description. Now back to the episode. I guess a lot of people would make the argument that, I guess, bandwagoning off of my train of thought about the loneliness epidemic, and how because a lot of people are, whether they realize it or they don't realize it, are actually very lonely and they can't find romantic intimacy, therefore they turn to sexual gratification. And so this whole discourse about how we're lonely and we're unhappy, and how happiness, I think there are certain people that would make the argument that in order for humans to be happy, you have to find love. Well, usually it's one. Usually they say it's one, but then I guess it's this idea that in order for you to feel happy and fulfilled, it needs to come from romance. Where do you stand on that?
You can be in a romantic relationship with more than one person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be monogamous. That's my view. Like, the number of partners that you have, or like the number of either sexual or romantic partners that you have, is not equivalent to how happy you are. Like, it doesn't mean it's higher than you're happier. It doesn't mean if you only have one, then you're completely happy as well. I feel like a lot of my friends who are in open relationships, they've been together for 10 years. They can fuck other people when they're not together. Like, when they're physically, geographically not together in the same place, they can fuck other people.
Yeah.
And they're happy. They've been together for such a long time. And I know a lot of my friends who are monogamous, they got married after 1 year knowing each other, and then they got divorced the year after.
Oh my God, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
So, like, I don't think monogamy equals to, like, happiness, to be quite honest.
But what about this idea of happiness, or at least contentedness? Like, if people are against the idea of happiness, maybe content would be the word. But what about the idea of, in order for you to be happy in life, for you to be content in life, that you need to have, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe intimacy? Like romantic, you need to have a romantic relationship with either one person or multiple people. Like, romance is kind of like the key to a happy life. Like, where do you stand on that idea?
I'm having a romantic relationship with myself. And that is, I think, the best form. Like, you don't need another person to, like, feel content, I think. So, like, I don't believe that you need to find one person for intimacy so that you will be happy. I think you're happy first, then you find someone. I think that's my take on that.
Do you think some people are just built to be sexually promiscuous?
Yes.
Some people are just built to be hoes.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being a hoe.
Yeah, of course.
But some people are built to be a hoe. Some people are built to just have one partner for the rest of their lives.
Some people should, I think, the more controversial opinion that I have is that some people, regardless of whether or not you want to stay a hoe forever, I think you're just better off staying a hoe forever. I have met people like that, where it's like, yeah, no offense, but like, you're good hoe material, but you're not exactly
good
girlfriend, partner, wife, like spouse material. Yeah.
No. Yeah, if you cannot commit, then just be a hoe.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also that. But yeah, this idea of, can you live a happy, fulfilled life being sexually promiscuous? Because I feel like you do kind of see that sentiment, especially from like the younger, well, even Gen Zs, but like especially the younger tail end of Gen Zs, and a lot of people do.
Are we Gen Z?
Yeah, we are Gen Z.
We're Gen Z, right?
Because you're 97, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Gen Z, but we're the older.
Yeah, we're the oldest.
We're the older version. We're the dinosaur version of Gen Z.
The dinosaur version of Gen Z. It's okay.
But yeah, I guess I want to explore that a little bit, because you could make the argument that some people, are not exactly built for romantic relationships, whether it be monogamous or
Yeah.
polyamorous.
So like aromantic. I think
I guess like some people are just built to constantly chase sexual gratification, but what do you think?
we need to separate like sex and romantic relationships because
Okay.
some people are asexual but they are
Aromantic?
but they are also aromantic. So
okay.
both. But there's also one person who's just aromantic. There's one person who's just asexual. So I think it really depends on the person. But yeah, where was I? What was the question?
But could you live a happy, fulfilled life just constantly chasing after sexual gratification?
Yeah.
Short term.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
like what's his name? Playboy Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
Oh, sorry. Rest in peace.
But the thing with Hugh Hefner is that he was like, I mean, yeah, the founder of Playboy, and
Yeah.
he was like in real life like an actual Playboy, and he never really settled down with anybody, and he was just always jumping from, not even partners. Like he didn't even have like long term or like constant partners. Like he was just jumping from like
Hoe to hoe.
yeah, like hoe to hoe. Like he had his.
But
yeah.
he's happier than a lot of men. We don't
Ooh.
know though.
I mean, I guess because the only people that can speak for your happiness is
Yourself.
you. Yeah, yourself. Or
Correct.
like,
So
I mean,
you cannot compare how happy you are versus other people, I think.
well, yeah, true. But I guess I do know that a lot of people use Hugh Hefner as kind of like this example, like when they're talking about modern hookup culture as like, you don't want to end up like a Hugh Hefner, where like at the end of your deathbed, like, you don't have a loving partner or partners that, actually cared for you, like,
But that's how the world views Hugh.
I guess, yeah.
It's not how he views himself. Maybe he was happy his whole life.
Oh,
We don't know.
perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. Maybe he had like a different definition of like what made him happy. Like
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Like he could be. I mean, maybe some people would call it psychotic, but maybe, yeah, if you want to go with that word, maybe he was like a fucking, not psychotic. Sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a sociopath or like a
Sociopath.
sociopath. Like
Yeah,
some people maybe like they would use those words. So yeah, you could always say. I mean, yeah.
Well, he's a
even if-
legend.
I mean, yeah, he cemented his place in history. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Let's explore this one a little bit. Is society today hypersexual?
I think society today, society tomorrow, society yesterday has always been
Has always
hypersexual.
been, yeah.
Hypersexual.
Like, I think
Yeah.
humans... Yeah, that's what I normally say, too, is that humans are by nature very sexual beings, but at least, like, in history, like, it's always because it's always been so repressed due to things like religion, traditions.
Yeah, especially in Eastern countries.
Mm-hmm.
Even until now, it's still kind of repressed in the rural areas, I think. But if we talk about inside that person, I think everyone is everyone can be hypersexual, no matter where you are, no matter which generation you're born in. So it doesn't really matter.
Do you think it's a bad thing or a good thing or a neutral thing?
I'm indifferent.
You're
like,
indifferent?
Yeah.
I think that's what I really want to explore here is that, when it comes to sexual promiscuity, like where I stand on that, and this is coming from somebody who obviously used to be like an omega fucking whore, and like I was omega sexually promiscuous. I don't really ascribe a lot of morality to it. Actually, yeah, I don't really subscribe morality to it at all when I really think about it, because sex to me has just always been like sex. It's just always like a biological function and like something that I do for fun. But that being said, I don't think we can, and I don't think we should deny the fact that sexual activity comes with health consequences, or it
Yes.
comes with the risk of it comes with health risks,
Yeah.
right? And I guess when we talk about the modern age of hypersexuality and promiscuity and like hookup cultures and all of that, like it's not a morality issue for me, but more so I question, number one, like the safety aspect of it, like the actual health safety aspect, but also number two, like what about like emotional and mental health as well? Because again, like I keep thinking about how so much of what has, if I could use this word, exacerbate hookup culture and sexual promiscuity, I find a lot of people are pushing themselves to be more sexually promiscuous than they actually are or they actually would be, but it's because they're trying to fill a void that they can't fill in.
Yeah, I totally agree because sometimes okay, the reason why do you have sex, right? Like naturally you want to have sex because you want to feel the pleasure. It's a biological need. Maybe not need, a biological, like you want it biologically. If your body is touched in certain places, you'll feel this pleasure. But at the same time, like nowadays a lot of people have sex not for the pleasure. I think a lot of people have sex to feel reassured, to feel validated. They have sex because I'm still wanted now, and
Yeah.
I've done that several times, in which I'm in my like asexual phase for like 2-3 months. I was on a dry spell, and I didn't want to have sex, but I still ended up hooking up with someone, so that I'm reassured, like, oh, I'm actually still wanted now, and afterwards I don't feel good. I just do it because it's like there's a pressure for me to keep the momentum of like hooking up going, because if I'm on a dry spell for too long, I'm afraid like, oh, is it because people don't find me attractive? So that's kind of like my take on that.
You made me realize that, to be honest, like I wasn't so conscious of it, but you made me realize that there's almost this sort of air of awkwardness that especially Gen Zs and younger, like we have these days, when you say that you are not sexually active. Yeah, right? Like it's almost like this notion of like there's something off about you, or like something's wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong,
and
actually.
There's nothing wrong, and like I really want to emphasize this, because I mean, obviously, like, and I have a lot of young viewers as well, and like, you know, maybe a lot of the people tuning into this, like, y'all are trying to navigate your sexuality, and I always say, do not force it, right? If you do not feel like having sex, because that's also part of the package of, you know, living in a modern society that is also very hypersexual and kind of glamorizes sex, is that there are people that just genuinely don't feel that way, but they feel like they have to be like to fit in, right? And I always say, like, do not force it. Like, you know, if you want to have sex, like, by all means, like, have sex. I can't stop you even if I wanted to, right? But take the safety precautions necessary. Obviously, like, don't be reckless with it. But also, most importantly, like, if you don't feel like it and you're just doing it so that you feel like you're validated, or you like, whether by like the person that you are sleeping with or by your peers, because it's like, oh yeah, you're getting some action. Like, just don't do
it
that
if you don't want it.
And
I'm still struggling with that. Sometimes, like, I don't want it,
but you feel like,
but I feel like, oh my god, do I have to? Like, because like I'm very open about my sex life with my friends. And whenever I talk to them and I tell them, like, the last time I had sex was like 4 months ago, they would be like, bro, what are you doing?
Once upon a time, me saying something like that was completely unheard of. And my friends, like, if I told them that, like, it's been like 3-4 months since I've gotten dick, they would look at me like, are you okay? Right? But of course now it's like, I haven't had sex in like a year.
Now I don't care. And I feel like I'm actually not that promiscuous compared to a lot of like gays. And that's what people, I think that's like a misconception about me. A lot of people think I'm very like, sexual, and like
they think you're a hoe.
People think that I'm a hoe, but I'm not. Like, TMI, but like within the past 2 or 3 months, I've only had like 2 hookups with one person. That's it. And a lot of the gays would think that is a low number, but for straight people, it's kind of common. But like for gays, actually, having one like hookup partner, like one sexual partner in the past 2-3 months is quite low.
I almost think it really depends on which phase you are in your life. Like, I would group the phase as like high school for sure. There's high school, there's college, and then there's like 1 to 2 years post grad, S1, right? 1 to 2 years post S1, and then there's like life afterwards. But definitely, like, when you're in that college years are definitely like the most sexually degenerate. I feel like that's the demographic of people. Like, when you say, oh, I haven't had sex in like 3 or 4 months, like, they would look at you like, oh, are you okay? You know what I mean? But then, of course, like, when you're like, as with the both of us, like, we're fully like 2 working adults, and also you're in corporate, like, you know, if the last time you got dick was 3 months ago, okay, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're fine.
Totally fine.
So I think it depends on like
maybe
who you're talking to.
in college we just had the time.
And
we
the
had-
energy.
And the energy. Honestly, the energy. The fucking energy.
It's the energy because
Yeah.
no, looking. This is what I was telling my friend over the phone when I was talking about this exact topic actually, like about how I haven't gotten any action in like the past year, like over a year actually, and like how I don't even want to put myself out there. Like I'm not even trying to get dick down. And I'm going to Singapore next week, and actually like my constant like booty call, like I have this one booty call
In Singapore?
that I've been hooking up with like for the past like I think 4 years now. We've known each other and we've been sleeping on the side, and he's based in Singapore. But I'm going to Singapore because I'm having like a girls sleepover, like girls trip with my college girlfriends, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, should I hit him up? And like I'm in Singapore, I'm all alone, like I got an entire hotel room myself, like I could have fun, but I was like, that'd be marvelous. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh my God, who am I? What has become of me?
You're grown up, I guess.
I guess that, or I'm lazy.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with having low libido actually. Like a lot of people think people kind of like correlate that with age. Like if you're having low libido, you don't want to have sex, then you're
Right.
aging.
Yeah.
No, it's a phase, because I've seen like 40-year-olds who are still horny all the time.
I think it's also like, especially the case with working adults like you and me and like a lot of the people that are seeing this, it's also sometimes you're not in the mood for sex because you're literally just so physically tired. Like after an entire day, the fuck you mean? Like I work 9 to 5 and then I come home and then you want to do 7 rounds? Like no. Like no, I don't have that in me.
No,
I don't got that home in me no more. I ain't
Yeah.
built like that no more. It's crazy.
Yeah, the time and the energy. And that's probably why I think during the pandemic was my second, like college was my first whole phase.
Yeah.
Pandemic was my second whole phase.
Uh-huh.
Because I had the time and energy.
Oh my God, yeah, no, the most reckless thing I have ever done was like literally like the peak of the pandemic, like the world was in fucking lockdown and I was still going out like hoeing around. Like I actually kind of regret that because I'm like, in
you
hindsight,
were?
in hindsight, I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever done. But it's because I was so cooped up at home and I was so sexually frustrated.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine, like back then I would be sexually frustrated when I'm not having sex, but now like if I'm not having sex, it's all good.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine myself being frustrated from like a dry spell.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely in a dry spell right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I mean, shit. As long as I'm making money, that's fine.
that's all that matters.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters in this economy, bitch.
In this fucking economy.
Right. Yeah. No, but I also I wanted to say something about how sometimes like you just don't want to have sex because physically you're so tired. I made a video about there's this if I'm not mistaken, the research went that a lot of women after they get married and they're struggling to get intimate with their husbands, and of course the husbands don't have any, like a lot of the times the husbands don't have trouble getting intimate with the wife. It's the wife that doesn't want to get intimate, right? And the research was saying how, well, yeah, think of it this way, like your wife has to stay at home, take care of the kids, which it's in and of itself is like already a full-time job. She has to take care of the kids, she has to take care of the house, and like for you to come home and she also has to take care of you, and she has to cook you food, or like to you wash your fucking laundry, and there's this sort of like infantilizing effect that gets placed on the men from like the women's point of view, where because after women get married to men and then suddenly women have to take care of the men the same way that they have to take care of the kids, and so of course women then subconsciously they start having this thing of like, of course I don't want to have sex with somebody that I have to take care of. So that's actually what happens. Yeah.
That's interesting.
For all the married people, if that's happening.
I've never seen it from that perspective.
If that's happening to you. Yeah, but that's
Because they're the husband's mommy now.
I mean, basically, like a lot of husbands are, to be honest, a lot of husbands are just man-childs.
No, men in general are just man-child.
Men in general are just man-childs. Yeah, no, you're so right. But back again to promiscuity. What about, is there such a thing as being too promiscuous?
If you ask me, no.
Go on.
But like depends on who you're asking. Like if you ask my freaking I don't know ngaji teacher, of course you can only have like one sexual partner. Being promiscuous equals like evil. But yeah, it depends on who you're asking. I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you think like how society views the promiscuity of like men and a woman differs?
Oh, of course.
Like women cannot have such a high body count, but people don't really care when
it's men.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Like,
100%. That's like textbook sexism.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like, so that also depends on the gender. Like, if you're asking like guys, most likely if you ask me, it doesn't matter. And if you ask whether I see my guy friends, whether they can be too promiscuous or not, I would say no.
Amongst gay men, is the topic of high body count, low body count of debate?
Yes, actually.
How so?
But it's kind of the opposite of like straight women. Like, what's a high body count for you? Like,
For a man. For a
man,
straight man.
for any man, for a straight man.
Well, if you're asking me personally, I don't really segregate it by gender. I feel like a high
Okay.
body count for both men and
For
women,
both men and women. Yeah.
regardless of sexual orientation as well. I think like if you're above 10, that's moderately high, and if you're above 20, that's very high.
Really?
Hold on, I want to ask Peter. What, in your opinion, is a high body count? Do you think 10, like if some, like person A, regardless of a man or a woman, has 10? Banyak. Is that like high, or is that like moderately high?
Acceptable.
Moderate. 5 is normal. Then what's high? 20? Yeah, same.
Shit.
Yeah, same. What is it?
Can I walk away now?
What is it for the gays?
Amongst my friends, I'm actually one of the
Lowest?
lowest ones. I'm actually one of the lowest ones, and I stopped counting after 30.
I stopped counting after 20.
Yes, girl. Yeah, I stopped counting, but like a lot of my friends, I think a lot of the gays who are in their early 30s, late 20s, I think their body count would be above 50 and below 100.
Oh my god.
But it's not a high body count.
What's high in for the gays?
Guess.
75.
I have one friend. No, above 100 obviously. I have one friend that for me his body count is crazy. You guess.
150?
No,
Lower, higher?
higher.
Oh my god, what? How do you even count that? 200.
It's a range. It's a range, okay.
Kalau nabung hari Sabtu sampai tahun 35.
Yeah. Remember, and you can sometimes have sex with more than one person at a time.
Oh yeah, no. That used to be me back in college. Multiple men in one day.
Oh.
Schedule morning, afternoon. Who? Me? Yeah, past 20. I'm above 20.
Same
But I'm
bitch.
below 30. So I'm in the 20 to 30 range. I stopped counting after 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be 30 actually.
That's unrealistic because I was 20 like towards the end of college, and then after college my whole phase ended. I could not have slept in the last how long have I been here? Since the end of 2021, so that's been like what, 3 years? In the last 3 years sleeping with like 10 men? No, I don't have that number.
So
But I'm like
definitely
between 20.
below 30.
But I'm definitely below 30, but I'm above 20. Almost 30, yeah. I'm probably almost 30. Yeah. But
fair.
what about your friend? 150?
No,
180?
no,
200 to 250.
no. 1,500 and above, and above. I was flabbergasted. 1,500. I'm not kidding. So he does a lot of group stuff,
Oh yeah, ampun.
and when he does. 1,500, and when I was told that, I was like, "Damn, I'm such an angel." Like,
Oh my
went
god.
above 1,500, and I was like flabbergasted. I was like, he lost count after 1,000, but he's quite sure it's not 2,000 yet. So like,
Oh my.
that is
You can
crazy.
win mayor election, mayor election.
Yeah, just
yeah,
off
just
of just
everyone
off
who
of your
has
body
had sex
count.
with me, vote for me, and then
Yeah.
you'll win a mayor election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can win DPRD. You can win DPRD just by having a high body count. Hey, if I've been inside of you, if I've been
Vote me.
inside of you, you should at least vote for me.
Satisfied.
And if you're
Oh, yeah,
satisfied,
that's the question.
if I can satisfy you in bed, I will satisfy you on in
Legislation.
in legislation. I will satisfy you at court. No, not court. What does DPRD do? I don't know. I don't know.
Office.
Office?
Yeah, an office.
Do they have an office?
A government office.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on the grounds because DPRD usually does a lot of groundworks, but yeah, you know what I mean. Satisfying you both sexually and legislatively. But that's crazy.
Crazy. So like in conclusion, like a low body count for my community is considered high for you, and like high body count in my community is considered impossible for you.
Oh my god.
But that's how bad it is.
That's
But okay, not everyone's like that.
insane.
Obviously,
Yeah,
a lot
of
of my
course.
friends are between 50 and 100. I think that makes the most sense.
I would gauge in my circle. My
Yeah, I'm
circle.
talking about my circle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's
You're
true.
talking about your circle. I'm talking about my circle as well. I would say in my circle, the average body count would be like 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
I think amongst my straight friends, that's also the
Right?
number.
Yeah, 15 to 20 is like a regular
Yeah.
straight number.
My straight girlfriends who are married now,
Yeah.
their body counts are mostly like
So
that.
somewhere there, right? Yeah. It's the same thing with men as well. Yeah.
I don't know. I think more. They just don't tell you.
Yeah.
Because like
probably.
men go for like, I don't know, PG plus and all that shit, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
but they don't count that, and they should actually.
Yeah.
It's still a body count.
Even the happy ending hand jobs, those count too.
Wait, hand jobs count as body count?
Oh no, they
Oh,
don't.
really?
Wait, do they?
I don't know.
No, it's gotta be it's gotta be penetration.
Penetration.
Yeah. Okay, we're clear. No, the happy hand jobs don't count.
Yeah.
Those are fine. But if you were to ask me if there's such a thing as being too promiscuous, no, to be honest, I would say yes. I would say yes, there is
So
such a thing.
1,500 is too promiscuous.
1,500 is definitely a little bit too much.
is an
No,
outlier.
the craziest number that I've heard in my personal circle. I knew this one girl from back in college. She was in my accounting. She was in my accounting department as well, and hers was 75 to 90 because she also did a lot of group stuff. But that's 75 to 90, and I was like, oh my god, that's like
Yeah, that's above me.
that's a lot. But now you're saying 1,500? Wait, 1,005 or 1,500?
1,500.
1,500? Yeah, no, that's
1,500, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Like I don't. There comes a point where I also have to ask, how do you have so much time to have sex with
Exactly.
all of these people? And it begs the question, then what are you doing with your life? I think of it from that perspective. I'm not gonna lie. Because I've met some people where it's like they're so kata kasar aja ya. I'm so sorry, but like they are so neck deep, like drowning in dick or pussy, like 24/7. That's all they do, and they're not doing anything productive in other areas of their lives. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there also comes a point, I think, where some people allow their sex lives to consume them so much that it renders them unproductive in every other areas. That's what I
Yeah.
what I think.
Even if you're a professional son or a professional daughter, you don't have to be that productive.
Oh, like you're pengangguran.
Iya pengangguran tapi orang tua lu kaya, lu professional son udah atau professional daughter.
I guess because in real life, to be honest, those exist.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like celebrity children or like children of rich conglomerates in general, and like like they have nothing really to do or to contribute to
Yeah.
their community. I guess.
And also that friend of mine is not Indonesian, so
Oh, yeah.
I think he lives in a society that is also quite open with having group sex all they want. It's readily available in Indonesia. I don't think it's like it is a thing, but it's not a huge thing.
Yeah.
But like maybe theirs, because it is such a huge thing. I think the thing that makes the body count very high is like in one night you can have sex with like 10 people.
Gila, 1,500 itu udah satu high schoolnya gua kayaknya.
1,500 is yeah high school.
Yeah,
no,
that's the entire.
No, that's too high. My high school is not even like 1,500.
Oh, I think like back in my high school, like the entire high school's like student body would have been like somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 kids. This person literally fucked the entire high school.
Wait, your whole that's a lot.
Yeah.
Your whole high school?
My whole high school.
Wait, including elementary school?
My whole high school, 9 to 12.
Oh, 9 to 12.
9th grade to 12th grade. In total, there's like 1,500. Yeah, it's a lot of kids. Yeah.
Just right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He fucked my entire high school. What the fuck?
How many students are in like one class?
One grade?
One grade.
150 to 200.
Oh shit, that's a lot.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Emang?
Usually.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's 150 to 200 per batch. Is
Per grade, yeah.
is quite.
Per grade, nggak per class.
Per grade.
We don't have a class. We have a grade.
Back to the topic.
Yeah, but back to the topic. So, oh yeah, no, as I was saying, yeah, too promiscuous.
Yeah. So there's such thing as too promiscuous.
I would say so, yeah. In terms of what I said just now, and I think also, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't say this from a place of being judgmental, because obviously I'm the last person to ever be judgmental about things like this, but because it takes one to know one, right? Like when I was the most promiscuous, for me personally, when I was the most sexually reckless as well, it correlated a lot with me having like problems in life. Like I was dealing with a lot of things, and that's why I turned to sex for like an escape.
Yep.
And so sometimes when I meet people that are they pass a certain a certain threshold whereby, in my opinion, I think that they're a little bit higher than average when it comes to like promiscuity, that it begs the question, like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
like, is there something going on? Because as you and I both know, like sometimes we turn to sex to hide, like to run from our demons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's also that, like,
Yeah,
that's something
that
that
makes
people should
sense.
keep in mind.
Yeah.
What about things that you hate about? What are the things that you hate about hookup culture these days?
Okay. The thing that I mentioned about, people having sex not because they want to have sex, because of the pressure. That's
Yeah.
what I really hate.
Yeah.
But like on a more trivial kind of like part of it, I think I really hate catfishes. Have you ever been catfished before?
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, no, tell me about yours.
Oh my god. I've been catfished so many times. And the thing is, sometimes they're not just using a picture of them from like 10 years ago, or like a picture of them that is heavily facetuned. Sometimes they're using someone else's picture.
That's fucking insane. Why would anybody do that? Like, we're gonna find out anyway.
You're wasting my time. Like,
Yeah.
you're wasting your own time, because if the person that I'm seeing in front of me is not equivalent to the person that I'm seeing on my phone, I'm gonna fucking kick you out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing some charity work.
Yeah.
Like, but I understand, because like a lot of the people in gay community, I think they are discreet. They are, they're still in the closet. They don't want people to find out. So like they don't want to put their picture out there in the online dating scene. So they use someone else's picture. But if you want to use someone else's picture, if you want to catfish someone, do it in a way in which you'll still be able to like kind of hook up with the person. Like use someone's picture who you objectively know is less attractive than you. So like at least when the person that you're meeting like sees you, yes, you're caught in a lie, but at least it's a pleasant surprise. You're like hotter than the person in the picture.
Oh no, with me, when it comes to catfishing, like I will die on the hill. Like, you should not catfish, and like if anything, I almost feel like that should be a crime. Like that should actually be illegal.
Yeah, it
Because
should be
whose
illegal.
photo are you using?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're literally stealing somebody else's identity. Itu juga pencemaran nama baik, gak sih?
Yeah. And that's the reason why people always question me when I'm on dating apps, because my pictures has been used so many times.
Yeah, that happens too.
On Tinder, Grindr,
Yeah.
Bumble. I guess I should be honored, because like, maybe they at least find me attractive. But
Right.
but it has been used so many times. Like when I'm actually using it, people think I'm a catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hate catfishing.
I'm not aware if it has ever happened to me. I honestly hope not. But like, what I do know is that some people use my photos as like their second account profile pictures,
Oh.
and I'm like, what had to go through your mind in order for you to arrive at that decision? Like what? But yeah, I don't know. Nggak ngerti juga. But yeah, no. Is that like a common occurrence for you to run into?
If you're on dating apps, yes.
Uh-huh.
But because I'm not using dating apps in Jakarta anymore, like I meet people like organically in
Like through parties?
in parties, like clubs.
Yeah, see, I gotta do that. I should
easier.
do that.
Maybe you should. Maybe
I should do that.
I'm not saying that you should have sex if you don't want to, if you don't feel like it.
Not that, but I wanna like.
But if
I should probably meet
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, do it at the
probably
clubs.
should.
You don't have to drink alcohol. You don't have to get drunk. You just
Oh yeah, no.
you can be yourself and like
Yeah,
just go to a party.
yeah, and just have fun.
Yeah.
See what it's like. Yeah, I should probably do that. What I hate the most. I genuinely, it's not just because this episode is sponsored by condoms, obviously, but like literally the fact that I am fine with people wanting to be sexually active. Obviously, like that's none of my business, right? And like me personally, I'm a very sex positive person as well. Like I think you should be able to explore your sexuality, but explore it in a safe way. And don't be reckless with it. Like that's the thing that drives me fucking crazy, because all these bitches are literally out here posting on like it's candy, first of all, or like they'll go to like some underground abortion clinic here in Jakarta. Like we're talking about Indonesia here. Like I know bitches that will be going to like an underground abortion clinic and taking abortion pills. Like it's like literally nothing. Like no, girl, like that's dangerous for you. That's literally so fucking dangerous for you. And I'm not just talking about the girl. I'm talking about the men as well, and how they give bullshit excuses like, oh yeah, because I have this one friend and he goes on about how, bro, like, I'm sorry, but the condoms in Indonesia, like, they're just too small. Like, they don't feel good on my dick. And
Bullshit.
I'm like, bullshit. Number one, you're fucking Korean. Number one, you're fucking Korean. Number two, if I can shove my entire feet into
fucking
condoms,
Your dick can fit.
What makes you think you have, like, the rock-sized dick or some shit? I'm like, it's stupid. It's stupid. No, nothing drives me crazier than people wanting to have sex but lacking the proper education in order to be able to do it in a
safe
and smart way.
Yeah.
Like it's so profoundly stupid that it drives me crazy. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing with me. And how also obviously like I got a yeast infection because the guy lied about his like testing history. Like obviously like don't do that. Like bro, what the fuck?
Don't lie about testing.
Yeah, don't lie about getting tested. And it's not even. I understand that not everybody can afford it, because let's be real, like Angsa Merah's not cheap. Like all these clinics, like they're not cheap.
Yep.
But that's the responsibility that comes with you wanting to play the game, right? It's like ibaratnya you want to play video games, but of course you got to buy your own console. Like of course you got to buy your own fucking like desktop and like all that type of shit. Like, it's the investment that comes with it. So I just, yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. It's not even the investment, right? Like people would, like a lot of the gays, they would want to pay for PrEP pills, but they wouldn't want to pay for a test.
Right.
Which
is it just because
crazy.
they're just lazy? It's just pure laziness.
No, because they're scared
of the stigma.
Of the stigma of being positive, of being quote unquote ill. I think a lot of the stigma about like being HIV positive is still very bad in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Like it's not a death sentence anymore. Like
of course not. Yeah.
It's not. You can live like a normal human being having that virus. It's if you take the proper medication, you can literally just walk like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but because of the stigma, people don't want to get tested, not just for HIV but other STDs as well. And I think that's really bad. So
right.
I do encourage like safe sex.
Right. Please.
Yeah, please.
Condoms.
Yeah, because like what's the difference? The pleasure you can still like especially nowadays, like these condoms have very like high-end technology. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a condom at all.
Obviously, this episode is sponsored by condoms, and I'm literally, but I'm not bullshitting. Like these are 0.03 millimeters like thin. What even is 0.03 millimeters, bitch? Like what? Also, these smell like fucking jasmine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I want to try after this.
Oh, you can,
Can I take one?
yeah, you can take one.
I'll take the big one.
Yeah, take the big one. But yeah, these smell like jasmine. So it's like, of course, like there are all these like condoms that come in like all these different scents and flavors and
Yeah.
like even like just like textures and everything. Like I've even tried like the condoms with like the rib textures. To be honest, like those don't really do anything. But like I mean,
Rib
it's,
texture.
yeah, it's like ribbed.
Oh.
Like there's like texture and everything. So
So
like when it goes in, it's like yeah.
tickles you in a way, but it doesn't feel like anything.
But I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I just have like a thick pussy or some shit. But
I don't need to know that.
yeah, but all I'm trying to say is it's really not that hard. Even if you don't want to get tested, if you are so like against getting tested because maybe it's a financial thing or maybe you're just lazy, maybe you're just a piece of shit like that, then in order for you to avoid having to get tested, then shit, use protection.
Use
like what the
fucking
fuck?
protection.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? But yeah, you know.
Yeah, the risks, like the pleasure will not outweigh the risks.
Yeah.
Like if you think this gives you no pleasure, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But because if you're tested like positive
Uh-huh.
for like any STDs, yeah,
You know, I will say, and this perhaps is an opinion that is not entirely welcomed here in this country, but to be honest, STD tests should be free from the government.
Actually, I went to Ang Samera before I was 23. It's free.
It's
Or,
free?
before I don't know, 23 or 24. They had
Okay.
like a fund from like this NGO.
Well,
but,
they definitely ran out of money because now it's no longer free.
but it's no longer free.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a good thing because more people are getting tested.
I-
It's blessing in disguise. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Maybe.
So now they have to charge it, and it's actually quite expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's not everybody can afford it, and that's where I have sympathy and like understanding. But again, like to be honest, in my opinion, I think like STD tests should be for free and like the government should pay for it. But
Yeah.
of course, the government doesn't fucking do that, especially our government over here. So I mean, fuck that. But also think of it this way, you guys. Like for any of you guys right now that are sexually active, and like I know so many of you need to get tested, but you guys are not getting tested. Like just think of it this way: if you really have the money, if you had the money for it, right? So barring of those of you that don't have the money for it. If you have the money for it, your sex is going to feel so much more pleasurable because you don't have the anxiety of, oh my God, what if I have something and I pass it on to this person? Like just looming like on top of you while he's on top of you. Do you know what I mean? And also think of it this way, like if you don't care about the health risk, then at least care about your reputation.
Yeah.
Because
If people-
word goes around.
Yes, and if you spread diseases,
Yeah.
people catch something from you.
Yeah. They will tell.
They will tell, and it
Yeah.
will go back back to you.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It will hurt you in the end.
Yeah.
So
And then suddenly you're known as the guy that lived with a yeast infection in his
Yeah.
dick like for an entire year and didn't even know.
you're
I
still
talk
salty.
about it. Oh no, I talk about it. I talk about it. I
What
tell
an-
everybody like, yeah, this man, like he gave me a fucking yeast infection because he was living with the yeast. Like, blah, go on about it. Like, no, I tell people.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch out for this guy. Doesn't get tested. But yeah. But that's pretty much it. Do you have any like other questions like relating to this topic?
I don't.
There's not much you can elaborate on.
Yeah,
for,
on like hookup, right?
on
Like,
hooking up, yeah.
it's not a very broad.
I mean, no,
topic.
it is. It's very broad. It's just like there's only like, you elaborate and you expand on it so much, and then like ujung-ujungnya you just get to a point where you're like, ya tapi gitulah. Iya emang, kayak gitu. People are here having sex recklessly, and like there's nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, but don't be like that, guys. Don't be stupid. Use protection, and yeah, I guess that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
Be sure to like, comment, fucking subscribe, you cunts. Like good, I think 70-80% of you guys like tune into the show, but y'all don't even hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Fuck you. Hit that subscribe button, bitch. This is Maghira, and yeah, his information is down below. Thank you for being on today, babe.
Thank you so much.
Love
Pleasure
you.
to be here.
And yeah, that's about it. Bye bye.